y'all, it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do Christmassy middle grade books that I haven't read and I want to read during Christmas time. Today we'll start with ones that I got in the previous Amazon sale, and then there's one from Half Price Books, and in both those videos I had mentioned there was some I was saving for another video. This was it. I've wanted this forever. I have quite a few copies of Little Women now, like when I find them at like Half Price Books or for a great price. But this one I've wanted for so long. It's very thick, but I think because it's so short. This is the In Bloom edition. And I won't read the synopsis because I'm pretty sure everyone knows what Little Woman's about. I love the 90s version with Winona Ryder and everybody. It always made me mad what happens with the sisters and the boy. And I haven't watched it since then, but now that I'm older, I probably will. But I remember, unless I'm confused, wintry, maybe Christmassy scene, and it's always recommended in Christmas movies, so cozy anyway, classic, so thought I'd include it. And I'm so glad to finally have it. I've been wanting this edition especially for so long. And then also in that Amazon sale, Nancy and Plum by Betty MacDonald. It was Christmas Eve. Big snowflakes fluttered slowly through the air like white feathers and made all of Heavenly Valley smooth and white and quiet and beautiful. So begins the story of two orphan sisters at Mrs. Monday's boarding school. But nothing is heavenly for Nancy and Pamela, aka Plum. Their parents died in a tragic accident years ago. They're constantly punished by the cruel Mrs. Monday, and they're all alone for the holidays. Luckily, Nancy and Plum have each other, and though their prospects may be bleak, they're determined to change their lot for the better. If their plan works, the spirited sisters will never spend Christmas at the cold, dark boarding school again. But what will they find on the other side of Miss Monday's gate? So Christmas Eve, snowflakes. I love the name of the Heavenly Valley boarding school, the beginning page. And it just looks and sounds so atmospheric, and I'm so excited to finally have this. And then one that I got at Half Price Books for $2.99 is The Angel Tree by Daphne Benedis-Grab. Every Christmas season in the small town of Pine River, a tree appears in the town square, the angel tree. Some people tie wishes to the tree, while others make those wishes come true. Nobody ever knows where the tree comes from, but the mystery has always been part of the tradition's charm. This year, Lucy knows just what her wish is. Valentine, her seeing eye dog, is terribly sick, and her family can't afford the treatment that could save her life. Max knows his wish is too big. His family needs a new home, after theirs burned down in a fire, but he's going to tie it to the tree anyway. Meanwhile, Joe's new to Pine River, and he definitely doesn't fit in. He's not sure he even deserves to put up a wish. Cammie's also got a lot riding on the tree, but it's not a wish. She's determined to figure out who is responsible for the tradition. Together with Lucy, Max, and Joe, she wants to solve the mystery so that Pine River can finally thank the person who brought the angel tree to their town. This is a heartwarming Christmas mystery full of friendship, discovery, and loads of holiday cheer. So that sounds very atmospheric, cozy, very sweet. And the seeing eye dogs. I just think there's going to be a lot of great aspects to this. So very excited. And then to the only sequel in here I have to read. I talked about it in the Christmas books I have read and recommend. This is the third book in the Christmasaurus series by Tom Fletcher, and this is the Christmasaurus and the Naughty List. Naked hardback. This is what I was talking about when I said I wanted the first two in hardback if the naked ones look like this, but I wasn't sure if they did. Just as many beautiful illustrations throughout. And since this is the third one, I won't read the synopsis. I read the synopsis for the first one in that other video. But I'm excited to get to this and read the latest in the series. Next, I'll talk about some I've recently gotten just to get them out of the way. The Christmas Pig. Jack loves his childhood toy, Der Pig. DP has always been there for him, through good and bad. Until one Christmas Eve, something terrible happens. DP is lost. But Christmas Eve is a night for miracles and lost causes. A night when all things can come to life, even toys. So Jack and the Christmas Pig, DP's irritating replacement, embark on a breathtaking journey through the magical land of the lost. With the help of a talking lunchbox, a brave compass, and a winged thing called Hope, they set out to rescue the best friend Jack has ever known from the terrifying toy-crunching loser. This just sounds so unique. There's beautiful illustrations throughout too. So I'm very excited to get that. There's Wishyouwas. It's 1952 in smoggy London, and Penny Black is lonely. Then one night, in her uncle's post office, she catches a small, furry, springy something making off with a letter. Wishyouwas is a sorter, a guardian of lost mail. He shows Penny a secret world beneath the streets where the sorters devote their lives to saving missing letters and delivering them home. But lurking in the shadows is Stanley Scrawl. Can Penny keep her new friend safe with the royal mail rat catcher on their tail? Very excited. The Santa List by Kieran and Crowley. Aislinn and Joe are in serious trouble. Mrs. Grull, the strictest babysitter ever, has put them on Santa's naughty list. They need to take action, otherwise they might be in for a Christmas with no presents. But as their attempts at changing fate go from bad to worse, the unimaginable happens. Santa's nice list is lost. Have they just ruined Christmas for everyone? They're going to need a Christmas miracle. I'm very excited for this. And I'm going to go kind of fast throughout since I have so many more that I want to read than I've already read, especially with the ones I've shown before in other videos, so that way it won't be a very, very long video. Christmas Carrolls by Mel Taylor-Bessent. For Holly Carroll and her family, every day is Christmas. Obsessed with spreading cheer 365 days a year, they live their merriest lives in a house full of multicolored fairy lights, a carol singing toilet, and a diva donkey that thinks he's a reindeer. When they move house, Holly can't wait to start her new school, but her Santa backpack is getting odd looks, the class aren't joining in her loud morning carols, and even her new friend Archer thinks she should tone down the tinsel. Is the world's most Christmassy girl about to lose her Christmas spirit? Oh, I didn't notice this before, I don't think. The first in a funny, festive series that spreads cheer all year long. So yay. Love that. Excited. And lastly, I think for ones that I have mentioned in other videos, because probably in a book haul, because I've gotten these recently, is A Very Merry Murder Club. It's edited by Serena Patel and Robin Stevens. Stories from Abialo Bello, Annabelle Sami, Benjamin Dean, Dominique Valente, Maisie Chan, Elle McNichol, E.L. Nori, Rupa Faruqi, Nazrana Farouk, Patrice Lawrence, Joanna Williams, Serena Patel, Sharna Jackson. I don't know if there's any, it just looks Christmassy to me. I know it's wintry, but I just get Christmas feels from it. And like last time I showed it, here's the naked hardback, which is gorgeous. And no synopsis since it is short stories, and I'm very excited for that. And then a short one, The Snow Sister by Emma Carroll. I have loved what I've read by Emma Carroll, so I'm excited to get to more of her books, and I think I have them all at this point. It's Christmas Eve and Pearl Granger is making a snow sister. It won't bring her real sister back, but a snow sister is better than no sister. Then a mysterious letter arrives, with a surprise that will stir the heart of Pearl's family. Will Christmas ever be the same again? Excited to see what that means and everything that happens. It just looks very atmospheric and excited to read it. And another kind of short one, The Last of the Spirits by Priestley, and it's a dazzling reinvention of A Christmas Carol. London is in the icy grip of winter. Sam is freezing and hungry. When he asks a wealthy man, Ebenezer Scrooge, for money, he is rudely refused. Sam is filled with violent rage and vows to kill this selfish man. Later, huddled in a graveyard for warmth, Sam sees the wrath-like figure of a man approaching. The ghost warns Sam about the terrible future which awaits him if he chooses the path of murder. Sam begins a journey led by terrifying spirits through past, present, and future, after which he must choose whether to take Scrooge's life or not, and so decide his own destiny. So I'm going to say definitely upper middle grade and dark, but I think that's really interesting, and it definitely has a different take on it, so very excited to see what I think of that. And I'll do some series. This one's got 4 out in it so far. First is A Chase in Time. These are by Sally Nicholls, but books 2 and 4 are where I really get like the Christmas and wintertime vibes. Because book 2 is A Christmas in Time. 3 is An Escape in Time. 4, we get all the wintry. I'm not sure if this is Christmas or not, but definitely looks cold. A Secret in Time. So books 2 and 4 especially, but the whole series looks great, and they look like quick reads, like the font's really big, and they're full of gorgeous illustrations. I'll read the synopsis of the first book, even though this one won't be Christmassy, but... One magic mirror, 2 curious children falling through time into adventure. When Alex and Ruby fall through their aunt's mirror into the past, they find themselves caught up in an Edwardian crime. There's a dangerous thief on the loose, and Alex and Ruby must catch him. If they don't, they could be stuck in time forever. Falling through a mirror, traveling in time, Edwardian. Yeah, love it. So excited for this now that there's 4 out. I really want to just binge read them all. And then we have the Poppy Pym series. I can't tell where the first 3 books are set. She looks like she has a scarf on in all of them, and gloves, so they might be set kind of, but book 4 especially, you'll see. And this is one where even though it's not the 4th book that's Christmassy, the whole series looks amazing, and I've had them for so long, and they look like cozy reads regardless, so I want to read them. So the first one is Poppy Pym and the Pharaoh's Curse. And these are by Laura Wood. Poppy Pym and the Double Jinx. Poppy Pym and the Smuggler's Secret. And then the Christmassy one, Poppy Pym and the Beastly Blizzard. There's a Christmas tree. Step right up for mind-bending magic, deep, dark, mysterious, and a lion wearing a mustache. You might think that after growing up in a traveling circus, going to boarding school would be boring, but not for me, Poppy Pym. In fact, here at St. Smithers, a mystery is afoot. An ancient Egyptian ruby has gone on display, and suddenly dangerous accidents start happening. Is the ruby cursed, or is it something or someone else? It's up to me to be a top sleuth and solve the case, with a little help from my pals. That sounds so great. It sounds like one of those ones that's going to have that detective-like humor that I really enjoy. And just detective middle grade mysteries are just phenomenal anyway. And illustrations sprinkled throughout. Very excited to finally read these. Another one I'm sure everybody knows. A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. And The Girl Who Saved Christmas. And then Father Christmas and Me, which is a naked hardback, which is beautiful. Mini books that say they're part of it. The Truth Pixie. I'm not sure how they're part of it, but it's always included with them when I look them up. And then The Truth Pixie Goes to School. They're tiny and like 117 pages. Illustrations. A few things you should know about Santa Claus. He was once a kid just like you. His name was Nicholas, but his parents called him Christmas. He only had one toy, a doll carved out of a turnip. But he was happy with his turnip and the simple life he led with his father, until something terrible happened. Something that sent Nicholas on a quest all the way to the North Pole, over frozen lakes and snow-capped mountains, to the magical village of Elfhelm. As Nicholas faced off against elves, trolls, and pixies, and made lifelong friends with a surly flying reindeer, he was transformed from an ordinary boy into the big-hearted, chimney-sweeping Santa we all know and love. Sounds very atmospheric, very perfect for Christmas, so excited to finally read these. I have 2 by Ben Miller. The Night I Met Father Christmas. Full of gorgeous illustrations. Jackson knows all about the flying reindeer. He knows about the elves and the secret North Pole workshop. He knows about the magic that allows Father Christmas to deliver presents around the world in just one night. But there's one thing he doesn't know. How did Father Christmas become Father Christmas? That all changes when one Christmas Eve, Jackson meets Father Christmas and hears his incredible story. So begins an adventure into a magical snowy landscape where Torville, a mean-spirited elf, is about to discover the true meaning of Christmas. This might not have been the story Jackson was expecting, but as Father Christmas tells him, no good story ever is. That sounds very fascinating. Very intrigued. And then, another short one. And this is a naked hardback, and as for as little as it is, it looked way bigger online. For how much it cost, I'm a little surprised. Diary of a Christmas Elf. And so I won't include this in a book haul I got coming up since I'm putting it here. Tog finally has his dream job as a toy-making elf in Santa's workshop, but making marvelous presents is harder than it looks, especially when Tog discovers that someone has been stealing them. With time running out, can he use his magic to uncover the thief and save Christmas? This just sounds like atmospheric, humorous, quick. I think I just said. Fun read for Christmas. I have a duology. The second one is more for Christmas, but online I recommended the first one too, just for atmospheric feels. So the first one is The Lotteries +1 by Emma Donahue. The second one is The Lotteries More or Less. So this one really looks perfect. It's all throughout, which is amazing. Simric Lottery is the 5th of 7 kids in her very large, extremely unruly family. With 4 parents and 5 pets, their sprawling Victorian house is already quite full, in the best sense. But then one day, Sumac gets the news that one of their grandfathers will be coming to live with them. Suddenly, everything changes. Sumac has given up her room to make the newcomer feel at home. She tries to be nice, but the prickly old man clearly disapproves of how the Lotteries live. He's worse than just tough to get along with. Grumps has got to go. But can Sumac help him find a home where he belongs? Oh, that big, sprawling Victorian house. Love that. So excited for these. Another duology where the second book especially is a Christmas, it even says a Christmas tale. But the first one is True and Now, a novel by G. Neri. And the second one is True and Now, a Christmas tale. And it says this is based on the real life friendship of Truman Capote and Nell Harper-Lee. I always love that when stuff's based on real events. Monroeville, Alabama is the last place young True wants to be. It's not nearly as exciting as New Orleans, where he used to live, and he has a hard time making friends with the other kids. They find his fancy clothes and big city ways too strange, until he meets Nell. Nell's not like anyone else in Monroeville either. Plus, she likes books, especially detective stories, just like True. And just like True, she's looking for a real-life mystery to solve. True and Nell find one when someone breaks into the drugstore. The pair is quickly on the case, and what starts off as a game soon turns into something downright dangerous. True and Nell is based on the childhood friendship of Truman Capote, I think I'm saying that right, and Harper-Lee, two of the most celebrated writers of the 20th century. G. Neri recast their time together, rearranging events into a single small-town mystery worthy of their active imaginations. True and Nell is fiction, but it captures the poetic truths of a brief moment in time when these two writers were misfits looking for adventure and finding it in the most unusual places. So intrigued by these. I know forever. Can't wait. Then I have Winter Frost by Michelle Hoots. It should be an ordinary Danish Christmas for Bettina. Instead, her parents have to go away for a few days, leaving 12-year-old Bettina in charge of the house, the barn, and her baby sister, Pia. In all the confusion, no one remembers to set out the traditional bowl of Christmas rice pudding for the tiny niece, a gnome-like creature said to look after the family and their livestock. But only Bettina's grandfather still believes in the niece. So forgetting the silly custom shouldn't be a big deal, could it? When baby Pia disappears during an afternoon nap, Bettina must do everything she can to set things right, even if it means entering the magical world of the niece. Very intrigued by that. And lastly, for this video, I might do a part 2 because I have more Christmas books coming. So I don't know if I'll just put them in a book haul or do a whole nother Christmas video for those. We'll see. I have Secret Santa Society by S.R. Kramer. Santa and his elves are real. That's the discovery Ethan and Aubrey Wilson make when they follow an elf through the magical door painted on the graffiti-filled wall across their street. The two siblings meet the special operations elves of Outpost Jingle Jangle. These elves don't make toys, but Christmas miracles. They are inducted into the Secret Santa Society and told to protect the tree topper, the idea that Santa and his elves must remain a secret. They're asked to help plan the star, the year's biggest miracle, meant to transform their Florida hometown in ways they couldn't imagine before. They must do it all while avoiding the notice of their parents, teachers, classmates, and a secret organization obsessed with proving the existence of Santa Claus. Will a little Christmas magic and a lot of planning allow them to succeed? So happy I found this. It looks and sounds incredible. So very excited. So that's all for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. And like I said, I'll either do another part 2 with the Christmas ones that I have coming, or I'll put them in just a book haul. It just depends. I haven't decided yet. And I hope you liked. I have more Christmas shirts. I just need to get them out and find them. But I think of Harry Potter's Christmassy time vibe, so that's what I wore for this one. Of course, the illustrators will all be listed below. And if you would like to subscribe, I would love that. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.